What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today in this video I'm going to tell you what I think Boyce has got and why he's so poorly, and more stuff about his illness and whether he's got any better, and give you an update on him guys. So yeah, Boyce, I've noted down on a giant note that Boyce has got most of the signs of dementia. So if you don't know what dementia is, it's basically where people's minds go blank and they forget loads of stuff and start acting weird and everything. But yeah, Boyce has got most of the signs of it. So he's basically got forgetting stuff, not responding when called, what else is there? Urinating in the house. Also, say using the house as a toilet at times. Not knowing where he is. Not doing like use actions or anything. Not knowing the people or the familiar places or the owners or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, there's more, but I forgot what they are. But yeah, I've got it all noted down. But yeah, Boyce is nearly 11 if you guys didn't already know. And yeah, this could be a sign of oldness in a dog, or it could be a sign that he's shutting down, his body's shutting down. But he did eat some daffodil bulbs the other day in the back garden, so he dug them all up, like I said in that other video. But yeah, guys, you guys all know that I've had loads of memories with Boyce if you've seen the videos with him, and loads of memories with Winnie. But basically, guys, Boyce came from like a dog adoption centre somewhere with a load of Staffordshire Bull Terriers and that, and my auntie and that took him home, which is to the last house they lived in before this one now, and gave him a great life in that home and in this home. He's gone from going to the park to doing talking, his rounders, like chasing his tail round and round in a loop. But yeah, he's not responding when he's called now, not very often, and he's not settling it all out. And he keeps losing his balance. But he is getting a little bit better. He's got a little bit better today, but not much. He's been getting his appetite back. And yeah, he's had 1 tin of food today and 1.5 tins of food. And he's had like 3 halves of a biscuit. But yeah, that's equivalent to 1.5 biscuits today. And Winnie's had the same amount of biscuits, but yeah. And if you guys didn't already know, Winnie has gone through a lot in her life as well. So Winnie started off in like a dog kennel on her own. And I'm basically feeling bad for her still from when she was stuck in a dog kennel by herself with no one to feed her and just living off bread or something like that, whatever. And so with that ill, she was in the state to be put down as a little puppy. So it was like a 2-month-old dog or something. But it was like she was like 70 years old. in human years at that age, and that's just quite depressing. At 2 months old, that is. And she's living a bad life in the kennels and everything before my auntie took her home and saved her from being put down. So yeah, she was like really malnourished. She weren't eating enough, neither was she drinking enough. She didn't have like a proper bed, she just had a floor to sleep on and that. She was lonely. I don't think any of the other dogs liked her or fussed her. And the last owner of the Winnet just like abandoned her. But yeah, I don't even know who the last owner is, but I feel bad for her. And so I don't even think she had any fur. I think she was just like a naked dog, which basically means a dog with no like fur around it. Because as you guys know, you get short-haired dogs and long-haired dogs, but unfortunately some dogs have no fur or anything. But yeah, back then when he was on the last legs. And basically, my auntie saved her from having to be put down by the vet. And yeah, my auntie decided she'd take Winnie home with her, like almost 14 years ago. Or something like that. But yeah, she was either 2 years or 2 months old. And yeah, my auntie decided to do the nice thing and save her and give her a really good life. And she's gone from that to now, in 2024, being happy and not a lonely dog, but potentially might be a lonely dog if Boyce has to get put down. But yeah, more about Winnie. She's had like mange in her, like one of her front paws, or either one of her back legs, or her front legs. She's got a claw, I mean, that's really long like that, and she can't have it like cut or trimmed or anything, otherwise she'd bleed out, because in all of that, unlike actual nails you can trim, it's just full of like blood. So all of the inside of it is pretty much blood, so she'd bleed out completely, and it would put us through so much pain. So we can't even trim that claw, I mean. And yeah, she's getting a load of bumps on her because she's getting old. And in that video last year in November where Winnie was scared of the banging downstairs, what I thought was that Winnie was 13.5 years old. She's not though, she was actually younger. Like, it's been, oh goodness, 10 months. Hold on, let me get this worked out. 9 months since that video. So she's still alive and she's 9 months older now. But yeah. So when he was 12 years. Because I found out she was born in April or something. 12 years. And she was 12 years and 7 months old. And now, that was 9 months ago, she's basically 13 years and 3 years. No, that makes no sense. 13 years and 3 months old. God, that's what I meant to say. Which in human years, depending on which calculation you get, would be from either 70 to 80 human years, or throughout the line, like 79, 78, 77, 76, 75, 74, 73, 72, 71. She could be 91 years old in human years and 3 months. And yeah, that is crazy to think about. But yeah, other than the bumps and that, she's pretty healthy for an old dog. She goes around the house doing the smiles when everyone's back, but she does do a lot of panting. But she's scared of like loud banging noises, like say fireworks, bonfire night. That is the biggest nightmare for us with her, because we have to set her off and she has panic attacks and starts panting. I think you guys was aware, but in that video of near bonfire night, 4 days away from it on the 1st of November last year, all she was doing was going which basically means, in some ways it means it could be out of breath or too hot or having a panic attack, but she was in a panic attack state, I could tell. But yeah, it's crazy to think that Winnie might outlive Boyce, but it's also like upsetting as well, because this is not in a mean way at all, but I wish both the dogs had lived the same amount of life, or if not longer, or just stay with us for as long as possible, because, yeah. But basically, if Boyce keeps getting poorlier, we might have to get him put down. But he's going to need ultrasound or something, or like his stomach pumped, which I think he got done the other day. But yeah, little lad, he's not even doing any like woofing or anything anymore. He's not woofed in ages, or done any growling or anything like that, or any talkativeness, any talking or anything. But yeah, other than that, he has got dementia. Unfortunately, I googled dog dementia on Google the other day, and it's permanent. But as long as you have the right kind of family, that's like caring full, if that's the word, like a caring family, should I say, like we all look after him, and it will start to get better, but he'll never make a 100% recovery if he's got this dementia, which he's got all the signs of, like not responding, because as you guys know, little lad a few weeks ago were doing his woofing and his rounders. He's not doing that anymore. If not, he's just vomiting, using the house as the toilet, struggling to move, and his neck's gone off on him as well. His neck's hurting and his shoulder. And yeah, it might even need cremation. It's just so depressing to think that it's happening, because we've had so many years with Boyce. I've seen Boyce so many times throughout the years, and the fact that this year we may be losing him after all the good moments and memories we've had with him, it's made me that upset that I've actually made a folder on notes called Memories with Boyce, and it's deeply depressing me inside and outside, because obviously I said in my last video that I felt choked going out the house because I just didn't want to leave little lad's side, but I had to, because I had to take my nanny to the hospital, and just doing that made me feel devastated. And just saying bye-bye to him, and I think this is because he is actually like dying of something in some stage, but I think it's either because he's getting old or just something poisonous. But dogs or any other animals, like my rats I had, can't get diagnosed with like tumours and that. But yeah, he's also struggling to control his bladder. He can't like go on suffering like this, but we're gonna try and keep him alive. And yeah, his body's shutting down slowly but surely. We've had memories on memories. He's just been sitting down. He's had most of the night up. He's been awake all night, and he's gone back to sleep at about 6:30 tonight. But he also got up at God, it was at least 1 o'clock he came down, an hour after we had got back. In fact, no, whatever. We got back before 1. Oh, this is confusing. So I was upstairs at 1:15. We got back 2 or something. I forgot, it's that stressful. And yeah, he had to stay in the living room near the fan for fresh air. Because he's been excessively panting. And he's not stopped doing it. And he's also started squeaking and yelping a lot. For no visible reason. And also, let me say something about earlier, the other day, when I said bye-bye to him. I think I felt that depressed and choked for saying bye-bye to him, because there is a potential chance that he is actually dying. And when I said bye-bye to him, it reminded me of saying goodbye to Woodrow when he got put down at the vet when he had died. Me and my mum just hooked up to him. That's the Woodrow, that is. But yeah, because Woodrow is dying. Oh no, not Woodrow. Oh my god. Because Boyce is potentially dying. Also, it was depressing saying bye-bye and leaving him behind. Because we've been deeply devastated about it this morning. But mostly the other day when my auntie said he might have to get put down at the vets. But that's not had to happen yet. But hopefully it doesn't have to happen. Hopefully he gets a lot better than he is and actually starts to remember his summer. But yeah. It's just upsetting though, because I know I've explained it a lot, but Boyce is like a brother to me, because I've had a year of life with him. But I went to my granny and grandpa's the other day, and my granny said don't let it upset me too much. But that's hard to do, because it is like a family dog to us all. And it's been my enjoying of it for nearly a year. I've taken part in trying to look after him and with my family, obviously, for nearly a year now. And just a year, and just in 2 weeks he could, 2 weeks ago he was completely fine, but we did realise he went weird. But we thought that was just a natural thing, because he's getting old and getting a bit clumsy. And it came down to this, and a few weeks ago was fine. But yeah, now it's completely shutting down on us. It's not responding. We have to lift him up to even get him on the sofa. It's like getting paralysed. And this morning he was laying on the bed, I don't want to say this, he was laying on my auntie's bed this morning, he was no longer able to move or get up, just stiff out cold on the bed most of the morning. But yeah, I woke up earlier today, a little bit earlier. I woke up about 10 or something. And yeah, I'm not going to go and see Boyce at the minute, because he's just too poorly for it. So I'm not going to go and see him yet. But it's so hard not to see him. But it's also I've also got to take responsibility and think, if I go and see him and start stroking, he's got more risk of like biting me or something because he's in pain. He's got pressure applied to him, potential dementia, poison. He's like dying, and he's slowly getting his neck. His neck is hurting. His neck is hurting because I did a film on my phone, which I'm not going to upload because it's just sad. That it was a good video at first. So we broke up half a biscuit for Boyce and Winnie. We gave Winnie her bit, and when I gave Boyce his bit, he turned his neck towards the biscuit, and all I heard was like, if you don't know what that means, that basically means the dog is in pain, and it's like a yelping, squeaking sound for the dog, like when they're getting hurt or something. So obviously his neck's hurting. So I was like, what's wrong? It was just depressing. I feel so bad for the poor dog. It's even got me to the point where I wish there was animal transplants or a thing to resurrect animals, because all humans and animals matter. And yet the sadness it would give all of us for Boyce's heart to stop beating and for him to no longer be with us is just... it's just so difficult. It's just difficult even... hold on. It's just difficult even going through the situation. But if he does die, which I'm hoping he does not die, I'm really hoping he don't. If he does, it will make it 10 times worse. Because I feel very fortunate that I've had the chance and have lived the last almost year with him of his life. And it feels just wrong because Winnie's gone through so much as well, an extreme amount as a puppy, and she's somehow like probably going to outlive Boyce and probably live for like 9 months or probably even longer because she's that healthy. But Boyce was healthy. It's just started suddenly. It's all of a sudden. But we thought, as my 2 cousins went to Greece, he was depressed. And without Winnie being there the first night, because we took Winnie to my nanny's, so we had Boyce on his own, and all he was doing was whimpering, hoping for Winnie to come back most of the night, and he couldn't settle. And when he got dropped off at the place he got dropped off at when we went on holiday in Bournemouth, after both my cousins had been to Greece, because Boyce was so happy that they got back from Greece, like really excited. He was talking, whimpering at them, I think, barking, doing his rounders, everything. But for the next day, for him to go on holiday again with us 3 as well, he had to go for a sudden change and go to one of my other family members' house. But that's where I started acting weird. And he normally likes it where he goes to when people are away or something. But this time he did like it. He just acted really strange and mysterious, like in some kind of way that he's not acted before. But the other day, he did eat a corn. He ate a full corn of the cob out of the bin the other day, apparently. That could still be stuck in his stomach. And he's been eating out of the bins. And there's more to today, but I'm going to think about it. We need to lift him to get to the sofa. We've needed to stay up with him all night for the past 2 nights running. Literally all night. And he needs to be like guarded. to everything he does, because this morning I seen him, and he's that poorly. If he even got off the bed, we needed to keep him in bed, but we were that scared if he got off the bed that he'd hurt himself somehow, like falling down the stairs. And I think he's still losing a bit of his, what's it called? Losing some, coordination, yeah, that's it, or whatever. And he's forgetting what things are in the house other than his water bowl. And he's going in the bathroom, staring at the walls, he's knocking into things, he's bumping his head. He just don't seem to see. It seems that he's blind, when I don't think he is. Because he can see his biscuits, and he can see his food in the bowls. In the dinner bowls we give him, he's been able to see through eyesight of the food. So, yeah, we thought it was tumour, but it still could be, but it's more dementia. And it has completely lost his way around the house. He's not been away. Oh, he's had 2 nights without sleep as well, which won't help. This weather is making him more hot because he's a black dog. And apparently black dogs or black clothing makes you more, like, vulnerable to the heat. And you can feel the weather worsely. And you get more hot and sweaty in black fur coats. And he's covered in fur. So is Winnie. Winnie's been panting. But yeah, we needed to keep him in bed for quite long earlier. But yeah, it's bringing a tear to my right eye even thinking about this, just talking about it. But yeah, I've had the blue light on tonight, which is making me feel quite relaxed. But yeah, let me think something else. Anything else that Boyce has been witnessing? He's got some pain in his shoulder, that's it. And earlier he laid down near the slide open doors near their back garden for about 45 minutes straight and wouldn't move. And yeah, it's not bad. He's walking sideways, he's wobbling, he's shaking, he's like falling over things. Yesterday he fell out the back door. He fell out the back door, literally fell out the back door. It's that ill. And to think from that dog who always talks, which is Boyce obviously, does his barking, growling and all that, in like good moods. The one that was the rule of the roost, the one that was the boss of the house when it comes to the dogs, has completely turned into the vulnerable one, the ill one. Even Winnie sensed it, but Winnie ate some paracetamol off Boyce earlier because Boyce needs he needs like half a paracetamol every 8 hours now, like human paracetamol. And even Winnie's noticed it, and Winnie were cuddling up with Boyce earlier, and Winnie wouldn't even leave his side. It's that depressing, the whole conversation, and the fact that we've had to go through this, as we've been having such a good life. We've only just got back from holiday. Well, we got back last month on the 20th, but that's only 12 days since we got back from holiday. And about 7 of them days later, a week, with most of my family, I've had not most of my family, the adults in this house have had to pay like thousands for Boyce, or probably hundreds to thousands of pounds. So it's been over like £100, probably over £1,000. And the put down's going to cost loads of money as well. But yeah, it's just, my life is good at the minute other than this with Boyce. What we hope is that he starts to settle and gets more used to it again. And he's walking around the house like it's a place he's never been to. He seems to be stoned. And when he looks at something like the fireplace, he can't stop looking at it. He just stares at it. And the walls, he's knocking stuff over. And he's started panting excessively. And he's been breathing quite badly for a bit as well. And yeah, he's been struggling for breath. And his breath seems to be getting more minimum. The sad thought I've got is, if one of these like breaths he's struggling with could be his last breath in this house. So yeah, we might have to get him put down. But we can't. It don't feel fair to put him down. But it also really isn't fair that he's going through all this. But yeah, we're going to take things from where it is now and let him have like a blood test or something. And if none of that works, or the ultrasound or anything, or if he don't get any better, I'm afraid we might have to get him put down. And that means there'll be no more Boyce on the channel. It will just have to be Winnie. And the sad part would be, Winnie's not got that long. I don't think, unless he lives over 9 months. But that would be 21 months with Winnie and only 11 with Boyce. So almost double the time with Winnie than I have had with Boyce. But the amount of time I've had with Boyce, I need to be grateful for. I've got to stop thinking so negatively about the situation, even though it's a hard time we're going through. And I've got to start thinking that dogs do have a really short lifespan compared to humans and all animals in general. And it's just unfortunate, because it's like you've got a brother or a family member or a son or something in the house, even though it's an animal. But yeah, life will feel so much more difficult without Boyce. Because Boyce is the strong character out of both the dogs. And he always protects his family, he always cuddles up with everyone. And for him to just leave us, that's if he does, or if he survives this thing for a few years. But he's got a 50-50 chance because he's a strong characterised dog. So yeah, it could either die in the next few days with it, or have to get put down at the vets. But sadly, I found something else about the dementia yesterday night. It is permanent and it will never go away in dogs or humans if they've got it, and it's because of his old age. Probably. But he may survive from probably days to weeks to months to years, but dementia, unfortunately, will end up with death. It will end in death of the dog. But that's not death in the ears. That's death, so he won't be alive anymore. But I'm hoping that's not soon. I'm hoping we have a few more years with him at least. But I think when it says a few more years, it means less years than a normal dog would have. That's completely healthy or something. But yeah, I've got to take, no matter, we've all got to take this not awkward, depressing situation. We've got to stay strong as a family. I just think for all the years we have had, we're really lucky to have had Boyce as a dog, and Winnie as well. We've got to think that both the dogs are priceless. We love them all, and we wouldn't under any circumstances let the dogs, we wouldn't under any circumstances let the dogs go without anything. We don't know, but before he does potentially have to get put down, which is looking highly likely at the minute, unless he gets better by the day. But yeah, if it does happen, will be depressing, but I guess I'm going to have to cope with it, because dogs don't live forever. No one lives forever. And yeah, I'll have to be grown up and mature about it. But yeah, there's a nice thing I want to do for my remembrance of Boyce. There's a nice thing I want to do if he gets put down. So if him getting put down would cost money, I feel bad that my family, all the people who live in this house, would have to pay all the money, or just a single one of them would have to pay all of it, like £400. So I've got £60 worth of cash somewhere in the house, in a savings tin from on holiday. I saved £60, and I want to be the person who gives one of them, whichever one it is who puts Boyce down, if they have to, £60, so they don't have to pay as much money than they would have to originally, to save them some money and let them have some more money themselves, and let them keep more money than they would have done, so they don't lose all the money. I want to pay £60 towards it, so they'd only have to pay £340, or however much it costs. I'd want to give the £60 to help out. But yeah, I was originally going to save the money for my next holiday, but yeah, I was going to save it, but I feel too bad that one of my family members might have to pay the full amount, or if not split it, and I want to be part of the splitting money to pay for Boyce's put down if it happens. Not saying it's definitely going to happen or not going to happen, but it's 50-50. Like, we've got 50-50 chance of life or death at the minute, and I'm deciding to take matters in my own hands and be the right person and give one of them, or if they all share the money to like put him down, I want to be one of the people in the house out of all 5 of us that gives some of the money. But yeah, because a life is more important than a holiday, because with a holiday you have fun. You go around a caravan site, or whatever you go to, whatever bit you go to on an holiday, wherever you go, whatever you do there, wherever you stay, that's just having fun in life, having good times. But a dog having to be put down is not fun, and that's an animal's heartbeat that you would lose, or a pet, should I say, a loved one's heartbeat. So yeah, that's more relevant than a holiday, in my opinion. That's a living creature. So yeah, I'm gonna pay some of the money. But yes, guys, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on post notifications, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. By the way, I hope my family don't refuse this offer, but yeah, I'll see you in the next one. But you guys don't have to leave a like or donate if you don't want to, but please, like I said, leave a comment praying for Boyce to get better, at least a little bit, because he'll never get completely better. It's permanent, and he'll never completely get out of dementia. But yeah, leave a nice comment saying something nice, like Boyce, you've been such a good dog or something, and you've been an amazing dog or whatever. And yeah, oh, I forgot, I also wrote a prayer on my notes about Boyce that reads out about Boyce, pretty much saying all the fun times I've had with him and everything, and most things I've done with him. And my prayer was for him for doggy heaven to also be a good place if he has to go there anytime soon, or something like that. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, do all the good stuff. If you want to leave a comment wishing Boyce to get a bit better, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.